Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, 2:28 a.m. It is now Tuesday, July 8th, 2014. To me, it's 7/7. It's a little cooler. 7/8's kind of cool too. I remember a couple years ago, 7/8/2009. A lot of people did crazy stuff like getting married because they thought it was a cool date. 7/8/9, etc. 7/7 always going to be cool in my book. That said, on a personal note, I got my microphone back. I'm still using the headset, but I had bought a microphone almost a year ago, and one of my friends had it. I got it back this weekend. Tried it out. It works great. There's no crackle or anything. Problem is, I'm kind of used to doing this, so we're just gonna roll with that. But hope everyone had a great 4th of July. I had planned to do this the previous week. I've been insanely busy and ridiculously tired for me, which is very rare. But I got a lot of cool stuff coming. Can't really talk about it just yet. Kind of waiting on some things to materialize. But this right here is going to be the base upgrade video for Night Shift. Now, Night Shift is probably the swapper that I have been looking the most forward to upgrading since launch. You can view him as my Warnado of Swap Force, if you will, in terms of the special swap characters. I was excited about several of them. I was anxious to see how a few of them upgraded. But in terms of actually getting a character to play and wanting to fully upgrade them, I think Night Shift is probably my personal cream of the crop. The good news with Night Shift, if you want to explore all of his paths, like I hope you do, there is Legendary Night Shift. Granted, the issue there, he's a Toys R Us. Not everyone has Toys R Us, yada yada. You know that spill by now. But luckily for you, I've got Legendary Night Shift. We're going to utilize both of these characters. Going back to E3, not for Trap Team, but the previous year, Vicarious Visions and what we have here, Swap Force. Night Shift was one of the characters you could play with and see. And I remember I was there with W Drums, kind of filming some stuff for him. And what he just kept raving about was like, I assume it was Vampire, but I don't know how far they upgraded him. But I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm not a big boxing fan in all honesty, but for whatever reason, all these Skylanders are like a boxing pedigree. I tend to be pretty big fans of Terrafin, Night Shift, Slam Bam, you know, that sort of like a up close and personal, in your face punch type attack character. So in the swappers, one of my favorite things, the ability wise, is the teleportation with Night Shift and Enchanted Hulu. So all that adds up. I'm very excited about this guy. Hard to believe he is only level 5. Not quite sure how that's possible. But anyway, what we're going to do, again, the way I do these swappers, base upgrades covers top and bottom, and then we have 4 other videos, each path, and then that ties in with the Soul Gem, of course, top and bottom. But what he has, primary attack, which is actually super effective in my opinion, is called 1-2 punch, 24 to 36 critical. The interesting thing, if I can back up a bit here, I was going to say he fires off the critical number pretty regularly. Of course, now that I have you here, he's not doing that. Sadly, this dummy is not like enchanted to be critical like it was in Wind-Up's upgrade session. But I promise before I started recording, 24 to 36 was very, very commonplace, so that was kind of cool to see. One of the reasons it might be such a powerful deal, and the other thing that's of note, pretty good range. I mean, you think of like a Terrafin, you know, he could probably reach the dummy on the combo swing or something, but I mean, that's a significant range there. That's almost like what you'd expect to use like a trigger happy with a projectile for. So for a guy that's got a great close quarters attack, it's got pretty good range on it. I mean, I just keep scooting back. Now obviously right there is going to be like the limit, but you come in just like a step and a half and there he's back hitting him. So pretty cool. One of the reasons the damage might be so high, 24 to 36, his primary move on the bottom end, or the secondary, however you want to refer to it, is the Ethereal Shift, which is super cool. He actually teleports, I believe, a bit farther and faster. There's like the really cool, like, hazy fog intro type thing going on. But you'll note he's not doing any damage at all at this point in time. So that's something you've got to be aware of, but it's awesome. I love using that. Just couple ethereal shift with 1-2 punch, and I've really not run into anything I cannot do with night shift. Just totally box stock, and as a swapper, that's 2 attacks. So very, very cool there. I apologize, I forgot to talk to Gorm, so you'll have to listen
Skylander
to him.
friend. Are you ready to achieve
I am excited to kind of see how
perfection
this
to
thing
rival my
pans
own?
out for us. Alright, there's a look at him in the portal, if you will. Very true to the form of the figure. Literally, I'm looking at the portal, looking at the TV, and it's pretty much spot on, so that's always nice to see. That said, I'm going to try not to sneeze, and our first purchased upgrade, Vampire's Bite, price $192. This will be his tertiary attack. Press X to bite enemies and regain some health, so that's going to be a big deal. A lot of the undead characters, interestingly enough, have some sort of a situation like that going on. But fighting that sneeze off still. What I want to say, I've got the 18 wing sapphires. That's good for 36% discount. So that's why, if you think, hey, why is he getting that cheaper than me? I had to pay 400 or whatever it might be. I guess it's 300. I guess your first one. That's why. Now, to fully upgrade a swapper, I believe we would need 11,568 with the full discount. So we got plenty of cash here. We're gonna go ahead and buy this. Looking forward to seeing that in person and getting some damage. Next up, we have Sting Like a Bat for 512. Punching does increase damage. Give him the old 1-2 combo. I think we can actually buy the next one, but we're going to hold off just so we don't overlap or anything crazy. And just to keep it clean and crisp for you, we're going to do top and then bottom. I realized I could purchase a bunch of different stuff. Save a little bit of time. I'm not concerned about saving time. I'm concerned about documenting the numbers here. So, I also like that he's in full defense. He's not like just swinging his arms down low at his waist. He's ready at all times, which is a nice touch. That said, tertiary attack, Vampire's Bite. Let's save that. And we're going to check out Sting Like a Bat. We were doing 24 to 36. Let's check this out now. Okay, so 28 to 42. Not a massive jump by any stretch of the imagination, but still, you have to realize the 24 to 36 box stock, that is a pretty significant number, at least in my opinion, especially for a close quarters attack. But again, I mean, and the thing is, I didn't highlight this earlier, he can just rip this off at will. It's a completely spammable attack, so very nice there. Now, what will augment that, of course, is the Vampire's Bite, his tertiary attack. Let's take a look at what that does. Obviously, it helps if we hit the thing. Okay, 2 numbers here. I did not anticipate that giving us the full figures. 60 damage? Okay, so 40. It's going to be 40 to 60 damage. 40 will be standard. 60 will be our critical hit, and it looks to me like the health was plus 20. This, coupled with some of the other things he has, he's going to be really hard to kill. And sadly, you have to do that for one of the quests. You know, it wasn't well thought out for this game. But let's see how quick we can rapid fire that. Basically a 2-second lag time. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Because that is significant. I mean, you can't just like spam that one, but you can with your primary. So, plus 20 health, 2-second lag. Alright, now, gotta say that's pretty impressive stuff there. I mean, you can just literally, I mean, look at the range on that. That's ridiculous. Again, that's not something you expect with a close quarters character. That's something you would expect with someone like a Zook or a Trigger Happy, or, you know, someone with a projectile of some sort. So, gonna come in here, final upgrade on the top end. It is called Don't Move, Just Stick. Price is $640. We're gonna hold Y this time. It's gonna be like a charge attack, if you will. Hold Y to charge a punch release to deal a massive uppercut to enemies. Now, I like how they worded it there, because if they would have said massive damage and we stepped outside and it was like 48, everyone would be disappointed. But since they say massive uppercut, if the damage doesn't like significantly jump, as long as the animation and the look is there, you know, I won't be too hard on it. But anyway, we're gonna grab that, and hopefully it does some, I don't know, I'd be happy with like something in the 60 range again, even if it was critical. Right here, you've got to choose which path you want to take. Now, If you note, proper vampire obviously addresses the tertiary. Champion fighter is going to address your primary attack. The gold gloves, not a fan of gold. However, legendary night shift has gold gloves, therefore I'm going to let legendary night shift take that path. Standard night shift will take this one. We'll do that in the other video so we can kind of recap that, but that's the plan of action here. So come in, we'll go ahead to the bottom end here. Same drill as we had up top. 3 base upgrades for the swappers. Float like a vampire, 192. Press A to teleport and shoot out a projectile that damages nearby enemies. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that. Alright. Oh, you're kidding me. Thank you, night shift. Alright. Foggy movement. I kind of vaguely remember this from introducing him now. 512 is the price with the discount. What do we have? We have speed. And what is it doing? It's increasing. As you should know at this point in your life, I'm a big fan of speed increases, and I'm a big fan of armor increases. That's about the 2 most important things in the game for me. Some people will tell you it's critical hit. Some people will tell you it's health. I will tell you it is speed and armor. So foggy movement, that's going to be awesome. Speed is increased, become faster than an old fogey. Again, that probably ties in with his story as a baron, if you will. I can assess this also from the gamepad, which is awesome. But let's see here. I guess we can actually buy that. I can't really showcase it to you here at the training grounds, I hope. But a baddie coach for 640. And what's cool is you get this not with a path, but with the base upgrade. So you can enhance it with a path, but you get it even if you take the teleportation themed upgrade series there. So a baddie coach for 640. A bat ally prevents being defeated 1 time. I think that could have been worded differently, but basically you're not gonna die. And what a great pep talk. So we're gonna go ahead and pick that up. I don't know if that thing is gonna fly around us all the time, or if it's only like when health is critically low or right as you're about to die. Right here you get to pick your path. We will cover that later. Okay, so check it out right there. Bottom left hand corner, you got night shift. You've got his health. That is weird. I guess his health was low to begin with, which I guess that makes sense given what he's capable of. But anyway, note that right there above his name, night shift, we have that baddie coach. That was not there prior to purchasing that upgrade, so pretty cool stuff. Now, before we focus on the bottom end, we have something left on the top end. If you recall, we're doing 28 to 42, but we have a charge attack, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. Okay, so he doesn't continue whining, it's just ready to go. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm assuming 100 must be standard fare. I don't think we'd be lucky enough to fire off 3 triggers since wind up. Check out the powder effect too. Whenever I hit him, you'll kind of see like the powder come off the glove and cascade down. Very cool, or it could be fog. I don't know what it is, but it's cool. What would critical be? I believe that would be 150 if we ever see it. Let's try to count the time here. I think it might be 3 seconds. Okay, so he's gonna hit obviously and then charge, but I'm gonna count the initial hit because you'll have to do that. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. I'm gonna go ahead and call it 2 seconds. And the cool thing is, since it's tied in with your primary attack, you're going to do 28 to 42 and then wait basically another second and fire that thing off. So 100, I'm going to go ahead and 150. We'll just assume that'll be correct there. So very, very, very impressive top end. Again, that's one of the few characters in this game you really don't have to have an upgrade path. I mean, that could be the end of what he has, and I'd be more than fine with it. I don't think I'd have any issues with something he couldn't do. Let's see here. Very rare for an undead character to get a speed boost, but foggy movement, that's what that was. We went from 35 to 43, and that will be be +8 on our speed. I'm typing that into the spreadsheet there. So it is noticeable, I'll tell you that. And then, oh, that was sweet. So that's what that's going to be. I wondered what the projectile would even look like with this guy, but that's very cool. That is called Float Like a Vampire. And basically now when we teleport, we're going to shoot out that projectile. So let's see what it's like. Couldn't quite, it looked like a 25. Let me get back a little farther. We'll see. I think that was 25. Yeah, so 25, and what would that be? 38, I think would be our other number. So 25 to 38. Projectile off. Teleport. Now let's see how, if, I mean, they fire off just at will. Yeah, I mean, basically there's like that little half-second delay. There was our 38 too, so that worked out really well. They do seem to hone in on whatever they're going to hit. Great range, as you can see there. Let's come way over here. And the sheep are in my way. Let's try the first one. Ooh, and he nearly went through to the second one. Let's try that. So they will go. We got 2 dummies there, so really good range on those. It's not like a one-trick pony, if you will. Just hit one and it's done. If there's a lot of enemies around, it'll just kind of go until it's expired and damage everyone. So, baddie coach, I can't showcase here without taking damage. So, what do I want to put here? I'm just gonna put 1 up. I don't really know how better to word that in a small confined space. So we're gonna call it 1 up. That said, that is basically it. Those are the base upgrades for Night Shift. Very, very impressed with this guy initially. Not quite sure what I will do on the bottom end. I'm kind of inclined to just do the teleportation path with this guy, and then let I don't know. I'll do the top end stuff first, and then I'll kind of decide on the bottom end, I guess. But again, if you like challenges, you really truly do not even have to have. I don't even think you have to have the base upgrades with this guy, but I mean, just give him a couple. Get him his tertiary attack. Give him, the charged primary, and then the projectile coming from the teleportation with speed and baddie coach, and you're done. I mean, you really don't need to do anything else with this guy. That said, I'm going to come right back. We'll leave this Night Shift on the portal. I'll take proper vampire. Then I will try and pick out what we will do on the bottom end, and then since legendary is special, I'll kind of quickly go through his upgrades, and then we'll move into like champion fighter, take it from there. So as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you are subscribed, that way when these next installments come out, you will be amongst the first to know. You can follow along for your favorite characters. Had a lot of questions. Are you doing the series 2s and series 3s? The answer is yes. Why am I not doing them elementally and alphabetically like I like to do? Simply put, I wanted to do the Newlanders and the Swappers first. I kind of have a good idea of what Cinder, Stealth Elf, Terrace, and Trigger Happy, Spiral. I know what they're going to be doing. We just kind of have like their new WoW pal. And bottom line, like I said, is I wanted to keep the emphasis for me on the Newlanders and the Swappers here, so that's kind of what I'm doing there. The good news is I'm almost done, and then we will go back in, and I'll probably alphabetically go down the line there. But take the link at the top of the video description box. You will be taken back to my site where you will see not only this video here, the base upgrades, but you will see 4 other videos for his 4 other paths. In this case, in the Legendary Night Shift, you'll also see a bonus base upgrade video for him. And then the big thing, you will get my personal analysis on it, what I would recommend for veteran players, rookie players, beginner players, all that stuff. And most valuable asset I can give you is the spreadsheet that has the damage numbers and documentation for each and every upgrade. So again, if you just do nothing else but look at that, that should tell you what you want to know about Night Shift. It'll help you pick a path If you need further verification, you can watch the videos. If you're watching the videos and you forget the numbers, you can just, check the spreadsheet. It's a pretty cool setup, I believe. So that said, I will quit rambling here. We're going to come back in. We will take this night shift currently on the portal down the proper vampire path, get that documented, check out the soul gem as well. But like I said, thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here for Proper Vampire.